Hey. I'm gonna come get you in just a second. Get in there and stay warm for a minute. Ooh, she cold this morning. Alright y'all, it is cold this morning. Wind blowing it. My truck says it's 28. That's about right. Got the four-wheeler loaded up. Got Pete with me. And we are going four-wheeler shopping. Pretty good day to do that. What y'all think? I got to decide what size, what color. Not sure what I'm gonna do. Not gonna probably get a big four-wheeler, but anyway, we'll be back. Pete's chewing on him deer horn. I'm gonna talk to y'all a little bit about Pete. We've had a ton of puppies, and it seems like you know pretty quick how one's gonna act. We're wanting to keep him in the house. And I mean, most of them JC may work out. I'm gonna keep playing with her. I've got her just about kennel broke now, where she'll stay in there all night without peeing or pooping in her box. Kind of have to time it right. I get them puppies and I don't hardly let them eat a lot after lunch. I pretty much got them on a schedule where they eat in the morning, and that helps a lot. She'll probably be okay in time, but I'm gonna tell you what, Pete, he plays hard, but when he lays down at night, you time him just about right and let him pee before he goes to bed. He's been sleeping with my wife beside my wife right there on her shoulder, and he don't move. Really don't want to move when you get him up in the morning, so I think he's gonna work out good in the house. You just kind of got to time it and keep him used to going outside, but I believe he's gonna make us a little house dog and do-all dog. He's a pretty sharp dog. I like him. All right, well, we headed to town, do a little shopping. All right, y'all, I didn't get to do no filming in the Polaris place, but the red one ain't on the trailer no more. I got my deal worked out. Got a couple of accessories they putting on it for me, and I may get to go back here in just a little while and we'll pick it up. Maybe we will. We'll be back. How you doing, Pete? How you doing, Pete? Hey, JC, what y'all doing? Hey, y'all. Whoo, y'all, it's been cold today. Cold. Been piddling around. I'm finna call and check and see if they got our new ride ready, but I got this tire rack out. This is my new tire rack that I got. I had it in the trailer earlier and was looking around at it. It's gonna end up having to cut like 12 or 14 inches off of it to make it short enough. Still gonna be able to hold about 12 tires, so gonna be able to hold plenty of tires. Just got to get it over to Rick and get him. I hadn't decided if I'm gonna let him just cut off one end and fix it there, or just kind of cut it in the middle and put it back together. Whichever way he thinks will work or suit me. And then I about done decided just to bolt her down and not worry about putting it on wheels. I believe it's gonna work. I hadn't been able to get warm since I got back out here and got cool, but I'm gonna go call and check on our ride, and then may ride over and get it. I'll be back. All right, y'all, me and Pete just got the call. They got her ready. So we gotta stop and get a little fuel, and we are on our way to retrieve this new machine. I think y'all gonna like it. I know I'm gonna like it. We're gonna have to do some modifying on it when we get it too. So we'll be back. Alright, y'all, made it over here. Got her back there on the trailer. We'll try to get back home before it gets dark, and we'll take a look at this unit. Me and old Pete will be right back. Alright, y'all, here she is. Finally made it back. And it's still cold. But anyway, before I get to feeding the dogs and the mules and everything, let's go over this thing a little bit. I don't know a whole lot about it, but we're going to learn it as we go. He told me here a while back that he was getting a new gray one. And I said, well, I'm on wait. This thing is, they call it, it's just a 450. I did not want a big motor on the four-wheeler. Just didn't need it. Didn't really need it on the Ranger. We're going to have a few reasons and uses for that. We can get by with that, but on the four-wheeler, I didn't want that big motor. But what they call this one, it's a 450 Sportsman, but they call it the Utility Edition. Of course, it's electronic fuel injection, all-wheel drive on demand. But I think the thing has got just a little extra towing capacity, being more like the utility work model. Not sure, I hadn't studied on that. We looked at the load capacities and all that, and that didn't interest me. It's gonna haul more than that. But anyway, this is, he knew I'd probably like this one. This is the only one that comes with these metal racks these days, and most of them's got that plastic over it, and then you have to add metal to it. I like this. I'm probably, hadn't decided yet, but the dogs are not gonna ride good back there, so I'm probably gonna end up getting Rick to build us a dog box or something back here. I want a rail. Gonna be kind of hard to tie, and they may come out with something. They hadn't come out with it yet. Got a receiver hitch. I went ahead and got this receiver hitch to go with it. It's got the little receiver that goes in there, and then it's got a pin also right here you can hook something to. They got this, just a lot of these little utility trailers that you hook behind the lawnmower and stuff hook more like a pedal hitch, but the suspension on these things, if y'all got one, is unreal. I'm not even sure what's in this thing. That's where your tools and all go. A little more storage. That can be pretty handy. I'll show you one thing I like about up here. You undo that one. Let's see, that falls down. And then you undo that and that falls down. And you end up with a little more, finger got hung, a little more storage up here for different stuff. This thing's boxed in good. I mean, nothing is exposed. I'm not even sure if this thing's got a, that's where you check the oil and stuff there. Fill the oil, check the oil. I done got that off and I ain't gonna be able to get it back on. We gotta get this back on before we get started, don't we? There it goes. I didn't even ask him that my old one had a pull handle. This is to crank it for emergencies. This one may not have it, but we'll have to look into that. But I like that right there. I'm thinking about adding something here too. I'm just not sure. Get up here on the controllers. I like the way everything's made and boxed in. This thing's just clean. The seat's kind of got a rough texture to it. I just noticed that. That feels good too. But we got to get something back here where we can strap a big old nanny down if we shoot one and haul the dogs. So got to figure that out. I may just put me some, I don't know what I'm gonna do. We'll decide that later. But this thing has got a dashboard. I mean, everything's just getting crazy. All kind of different settings and stuff on here. Of course, this model has got a park where my other four-wheeler did, and it's got a park, reverse, neutral, low, and high. That's pretty handy. 2x4, two-wheel drive, and then you got all-wheel drive right there. And then, of course, over here, off and on headlights, and this little yellow button here is the override button. It won't go but so fast in reverse, so you won't flip over. If you push that button, you can go as fast forward as you do backwards. All right, this right here is My winch controller, never had a winch on a four-wheeler before, but we do now. And I went ahead and got him to put the biggest one on that fit. It's a 3000 up under there. Gonna be just like the other one, pretty much like we got on the Ranger. And this thing is pretty neat deal too. It's got a receiver hitch on the front, so I can take the one off the back and put to the front. This thing's gonna be just really, really nice. These things ride good. The headlights look like they're gonna be nice and bright. Let me see who this is. I can call them back. Oh, but I like the way everything's made. I may leave the front rack like it is. I started to buy a rack that he had over there and weld it to this one, but I kind of hate to do that. I may get some ideas from Rick. I may go back over there and do it, and I don't know, I may end up with just putting a piece of treated plywood on here or something for the dogs to stand on. I'm not sure what I want it to be nice when I get done with it. I may end up doing the plywood. I just have to get out here and play with that and see. I'm just thinking out loud with y'all right now. I want it to be, I like to haul my dogs on here, and Cody will end up carrying this one hog hunting with us, so I may, because most of the time if I haul a deer anymore, I hook up to the little trailer that's over there that we pull behind the Ranger, so it's not that big of an issue to be able to throw a deer on the back. But I would like to haul the dogs. We got to haul the dogs, because when Cody goes with me and drives the four-wheeler, he's got to haul Katie Lee and Mud Bud and a couple on whatever he's riding. So what I may do, what y'all think about this idea? I may get him to take me just some flat plate, check plate, where they got some traction, and put across here. And then I would love to have a rail that come up though. I mean, even, I don't know, probably from right here. I may end up back over there with one of them racks and just spot weld it to it, and I believe it'd be fine. But anyway, that's our new Sportsman 450 Utility Edition. We'll test this thing out later, but I'm finna have to go take care of some work. If y'all like our stuff, subscribe to us, Hollis Farms. Hats, t-shirts, and stickers, hollisfarms.com. Appreciate y'all watching. Out of here. All right, went ahead and stamped this one before it got dirty.